Well, we're representatives of the Big Picture Group. I'm Andrew Stook. This is
Amanda Wallwork.
I'm Polly Gifford from Bridort Art Centre.
And Andrew Proctor, Arts Council England.
And we've been working together for about 2 years now in collaboration, and we've just realised the first part of a large collaborative project which is called Exploratory Laboratory. And Amanda's going to tell you a little bit about that project.
We decided that in terms of developing our collaboration, the best way to go forward, and more exciting way to go forward, was to learn about the actual reality of collaboration through delivering an actual arts project, which is what the X-Lab project is about. We were taking advantage of the whole coastal focus and to work with the Jurassic Coast on an arts and science collaborative project leading to commissions for visual artists. And through that process we have learnt an awful lot.
And some of those lessons include things that seem to be very obvious, but actually are the things that you need to remind yourself because they are so obvious that we tend to forget them. And they're things like being clear on roles and responsibilities. This is a very diverse group, from individual practitioners up to organisations with a lot more capacity, and you need to be very clear about how all those different people can interact with your collaboration, what they can do, what their capacity is, and how they can respond to things that happen within the group. That also led to the idea of being very clear in our communication, which, when there's an awful lot going on, can be very difficult, so we had to set some rules and then actually stick to them. And the other thing I'll mention is the idea of having buy-in from all the different members of your organisations, from your staff, volunteers, boards. Anyone who might be influenced by what you're committing to needs to understand why you're doing it and what their part in that is, and that again can be quite a long-term process to get that buy-in, because it will take additional time. Collaboration is not a shortcut to saving time, it's quite the opposite. It actually means, particularly at the beginning, you've got to commit more time for a longer-term outcome, but it is worth it.
One of the great things about collaborating, I think, though, is that you do achieve something which is greater than you could achieve on your own, and the dialogue that you have together grows your own understanding of what's possible. And I think the project which we've been engaged in together has allowed us to think in a bigger way about what it means to communicate, which of course then allows us to think about what it means to communicate to audiences, and the enrichment that can be fed across all the people involved. Because I was particularly struck by the fact that artists and scientists and curators and people organising exhibitions were involved directly with audiences at the end of the day, and it was a much stronger experience for all concerned.
I think.
Well, I would just add to that, I think it's worth reminding ourselves of where this started, and I think it began in a very modest but very organic and natural way, and came out of a common concern from a number of different people that there was a need to kind of share and commit to a wider, more strategic and more coordinated approach to addressing the issues that have arisen across the county in terms of strengthening the visual arts infrastructure and actually supporting the people who are trying to make a real contribution to developing the visual arts across Dorset and beyond. So I think it started in a small but very sincere way, and I think it's grown enormously since then. And I think it demonstrates the power of people getting together who have a kind of shared concerns and what you can achieve in a genuinely collaborative sense.
And it's good to revisit that starting point and what that original shared objective was, because again that can get lost along the way, so remind yourself about why you're doing it.